All right. Welcome everybody to the UK European call. My name is Christopher Kim. I am a national director in North America. So wherever you are calling in from, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Today, I get a chance to kick off the Riman opportunity call. So Riman is actually the brand that we are partnering with, that we get to participate in. And I get to kind of cover some of the brands that they own, which is ICD, Boda Lab, and Lifening and things like that. I know given the UK and Europe, there still are products that haven't been released yet. So we will, introduce the products accordingly based on the market that it is available. All right. So today I get to cover really the profile and story of Riman and really what it is we do. So Riman, the word Riman actually means second chance at life, or it means a new discovery or God's gift, but it's a Latin word and it's taken on the catch of rethinking, reimagining, redefining, recreating, and that's what really Riman is. But as I introduce Riman, I'm going to share the profile of our company. It was established in Korea in 2018. This is what makes it a premier K-beauty brand. We've done up until 2.5 billion in revenue. We're known as the number one rated K-beauty brand. And with all of its acclaimed success for the first 4 years, we had a chance to launch in North America, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mexico, Malaysia, Singapore, UK, Philippines, Japan, and Spain, Ireland, Chile, Italy, Colombia, Peru, and many, many more that have been announced for the year of 2026 and on into the future. All right, so here are our brands. I know some of the brands haven't been exactly introduced into the UK European market yet. However, they are in the pipeline getting ready to be approved and filed. Okay. Now, when it comes to our, signature K-beauty skincare, what really makes it synonymous, world class, and give it its reputation of its own are these three pillars, right? The first one, we all know the giant byungpool. This is a plant, right? So when you hear K-beauty, Korean beauty, skincare, you hear the word glass skin, right? It's this plant that will give you that glass, shiny, dewy look, right? So this plant is a known plant in the medical world, in the beauty world for a long time. It has about 40 years of medical journal and history and research. But what they found is this plant is known to heal the skin, right? So byungpool in Korean means medicinal plant, right? In America, we call it Centella asiatica, pennywort, tiger grass, madeca. It's got many, many names, right? Today in K-beauty, just generically, you hear the word Centella a lot, right? But the best way I could explain it is they are RC Cola and we are Coca-Cola. We're the real one, okay? Now, when it comes to skincare, the most important ingredient obviously is the water content. Why? Because our bodies are made of like 80% water. Water content is what makes or breaks a skincare product. But what we did is we sought after the most cleanest, purest form of water known. And we found that there's only four places in the world where you could access the purest form of water. And it's known as lava energy water, where it's high in polyphenol and minerals. And it makes it pretty much the most nutrient dense mineral water. Now, there's only four in the world. You can find it in Spain, Hawaii, Japan, and South Korea. So we found one in South Korea. We got a 20-year exclusive where we could exclusively use the water. And this is what makes our world-class Korean skincare. Now, there is a third element that made us a superstar hit. Okay, now, Centella asiatica, Jeju ocean water, lava water, there's a lot of market plays on this, but we are the original one. But I'm sure you've heard something similar to this because when we blew up, everybody followed suit. But what differentiates us from the rest, completely different, is the third pillar, nano liposomal technology. And I said to myself, what the heck is that, right? Nano what? Right? But in actuality, what this really is think of like old pharmaceutical medications that you took back in the day, like numbing cream. Maybe your child had some eczema and you got some steroid cream, or you had hormone cream. These are all what? Transdermal creams that start from the skin layer, penetrate, becomes transdermal, and goes into the body. In the pharmaceutical realm, this is what we call DDS, drug delivery system, right? And it's been used for about 30 years on these things, right? Now, What creates this is a machine called a microfluidizer, right? It's the machine that creates the nanoparticles to small enough to penetrate your skin. What we did is we took the lava water and the again, live plant extract. We run it through the microfluidizer to get the nanoliposomal technology results we want. So what happens is this is not just regular skincare, it's one grade above, known as professional care, right? So it's half Mother Nature ingredients and half modern technology for delivery system. All right. So as you know, you've heard many times, we do not do white labeling from seed to the finished bottle and the experience. We handle all of that, right? So what we did is we have our own proprietary real estate on the island of Jeju Island. It's called Riman campus. We have our natural power facility for solar. We have our the water center is here. Now, when I explain the water, the entire east side of the island is made up of lava water, right? So under the soil and foundation of this land lies the lava water, right? So the lava water center that the government made is right here, and so we naturally built our operations around the water center. This little building right here is the Inselder manufacturing plant in Jeju. This is the water center, and this is the smart farm. Okay. Now, when I say smart farm, this is state-of-the-art technology. We've had some of the best engineers out of the Netherlands. Also, the Scandinavian people are known to be the best at engineering indoor AI-powered smart farms. We had the best come to Jeju Island and build it. This is not a rendering. This is actually a real place. It exists. It's been finished. We have our own science lab here. We do all of our research and development here. And with that said, to pay homage to the roots and actually what made us, Riman went ahead and bought some real estate on the island of Jeju. It's actually on the bottom middle tip of the island, which is known to be the warmest point and the warmest water of the island. They went ahead and constructed a 9 villa luxury resort. And when you become a director or higher, they give you access to this place, kind of like an all-inclusive getaway where you can experience South Korea, the lava center, the lava water, all the cool, majestical things about Jeju Island, obviously. Um, this becomes like an all-inclusive trip, right? It's really, really cool. We recommend everybody get a chance to participate in this. All right, so let's really get down to the nitty-gritty. ICD is our world-class signature K-beauty Korean skincare. Now, if you look at the brand ICD, it literally means in cellular dermatology. What that means is into the cellular level of your skin, into the dermis. So this product literally means hydration and penetration of the dermis. That's what this means. So the moment this touches your skin, it's going to hydrate the skin cells immediately. And when we talk about glass skin, what you're really seeing is the reflection of the water of the hydrated skin cells on your face. That's what makes this so compelling. That's why it sold 40 million bottles in a population of 50 million people. It wasn't from star marketing or any viral sensation. It was a new breakthrough technology that could instantly change and hydrate your skin. All right. So also getting down to the personal care, Bodalab. Oh, one thing I want to mention, our ICD product is a German Dermatest certified product. It is the cleanest product known out there in the market. Kids, cancer patient, pregnant women, everybody can use it. All right. Now, when it comes to Bodalab, this is a V-line product, meaning it's one grade higher than the vegan standard, meaning this is beauty by veganology, right? So our shampoo, Deserta Plus Hair, this is known to naturally regrow your hair. Yeah, you heard that right. Swamel Body Care, this is a miraculous microbiome protector, right? So our body has a natural force field, like a film on our skin. That's what protects us. It's like a shield, right? But when you use toxic, harsh chemical products to clean your body, you're not just ripping off the dirty oil, you're ripping off the microbiome. And it leaves your skin vulnerable to the ailments of the environment, right? And that's how hormone disruption, a lot of cancer, this is the reason why these things start, right? But this will keep your natural microbiome in place while cleaning your body gently. And as you know, as we were really at the doorstep of the UK and Europe, what we did in 2024 is we locked arms with a world-renowned designer named Paula Shear. She works for the LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy organization. She has her own marketing firm called the Pentagram Design. She essentially redid our entire design and logo, gave it more of an iconic look. And as you know, scents are known to create cancer and hormone disruption, but natural fragrance is derived from nature. So what we did is we hired the best, Frederic Bertin from Accord and Parfums. This is also an LVMH organization, and they made our signature Boda Lab fragrance. So, talk about a flex, right? These people are legacy designers. They're going to go down in history. They're known as the mentor of mentors. And quite frankly, they didn't need to partner with us. They didn't need to collaborate with us, right? But if you ask yourself why, it wasn't for the money. They made all the money. There's people with bags of money asking them to help them. But what they chose was legacy. They chose the best brand that is synonymous with their brand. Can it coexist with their name, right? So, this was a win-win collaboration for all parties, I believe. Now, as we kind of head into the opportunity part, many, many years ago, about 20 years ago, somebody shared with me a unique opportunity, a unique way on how to become financially independent. And I never heard this before. Like, it completely changed and revolutionized the way I think, right? But I hope this information can change it for you too, because you know the world we live in today, right? We went from brick and mortar to click and order. It is no longer the same world we live in today, right? So it's absolutely important to pay attention to what is going on today, which is a platform, right? More and more platforms are popping out because now information is real time and we have access to data, right? So the traditional supply chain will tell you there's a company supplier, distributor, wholesaler, retail shop, and on to the customer. But did you know every time it passes hands, the price goes up? And who's paying for the price increase? The end user customer, right? But Riman said, we're going to cut out all the middlemen and we're going to pay you the money directly to bring us customers, retail shops, and online distribution. Why is that? It's because they understood word of mouth referral is one of the most powerful marketing tools on planet Earth. When was the last time you saw a good movie? I saw the Michael Jackson movie. I told all my friends to go watch it, and they watched it, and I ended up watching it 3 times, right? But every time I did that, did the movie theater pay me a royalty for doing that? No, right? Every time you told Yelp, where is a good place to go? Where's a not good place to go? Did they pay you? No, they did not. But we all recognize that word of mouth referral is the strongest way of marketing because the first purchase is based on the foundation of trust. Okay. So, the first purchase is kind of like a hack, but all it takes is the first purchase and experience for somebody to see whether it's a good product that will keep working or they won't keep buying, right? And what Riman focuses on the most is the second, third, fourth purchase. That's what makes Riman special, right? And also, if you are a Riman customer, you could take advantage of 5% rewards and VIP customer savings. Now, let's get into the pay plan. Now, as I talk about the pay plan, I do have to give you a disclaimer. This is not financial education. This is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. All results happen based on your hard work and dedication. There is no free ride. It doesn't work in a way where you just join and get rich. Okay, so I need to disclose that. Now, today I'm not going to be able to do a compensation plan training, but I will cover some of the most important parts so you get a gist. If you guys are more interested in learning the pay plan, please go ahead and participate in the orientation because we have a manager, senior manager, and a team leader game plan ready for you. But in our pay plan, we have about 7 prestigious positions where you can be positioned to make income. When you first get started, there's planner, manager, senior manager, and team leader. Notice how these are the blue ranks, right? These are more considered the working ranks and the beginning ranks. But now, planner, manager, and senior manager, the first 3 ranks, I would call lifetime positions. So these positions allow you to sell part-time, make a side income. But as your team starts to grow and as your clientele starts to grow, you will hit a certain threshold of sales by default by doing the right activities, and then you will end up at team leader. And at team leader, you can make anywhere from 40 to 50% on what you buy or sell. So here is the pay grade on what you buy or sell on these products. But also we pay well on aggressive expansion and team building. Now, why do we emphasize team building? Well, let me give you an example. If you come to America, now here's the funny thing, right? I was watching YouTube and I saw all these Europeans taking a trip to the United States for the first time, and they're talking about it's nothing like they see on the news and how great it is and things like that. But a lot of reviews, people are like, the McDonald's here in America tastes different. It's so different, right? But here's the thing, right? Here's the actual thing, right? If you come to McDonald's and you see a red McDonald's arch sign, it'll say over billions and billions of hamburgers served. Now, my question to you is, do you think they sold billions of hamburgers in one hamburger stand? Probably not, right? It's location, location, location. In America, when you're leaving this particular McDonald's restaurant, as you leave, you're just getting closer to the next one down the street. So what that means is McDonald's, they didn't focus on quality burgers. They focused on fast duplication, expansion, and convenience, right? Now, what this allows you to do is aggressive expansion, right? Warren Buffett talks about, right? So does John D. Rockefeller. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than me doing 100% of the effort myself. This is the power of leverage. This is why CEOs get rich, because it's not like they have 28 hours in a day and you have 24 hours. It's not about working hard. It's about understanding how to work smart, right? And here we work smart by leveraging off of the consumers using great products that's going to change their face and change their finances. Also, we have something called the uni level. As you start to grow your team and your team starts to mature, it's going to pay you incrementally more and more and more to refine and grow your team and to be able to grow pretty much on autopilot, right? Also, there's something called leadership override and revenue share. When you get to director, senior director, national director, there's some big money involved with certain types of overrides on the sales that you cultivate in your entire team. And if you have certain teams operating in other markets, like I'm a US national director, but I have a team in the UK, right? So whatever my team contributes, I get to participate in a small revenue share as a national director, right? So there's about 6 ways, 6 to 7 ways you can get paid in this compensation plan. If you guys want to know more, please plug into the orientation. We will have a very clear path for planner, manager, senior manager, and team leader game plan ready for you. All right. Now, here's the last leg of the compensation plan that I have to reiterate and touch upon. It's called leadership matching bonus. Now, everything else that I kind of showed you, that's kind of like the now money in building, right? But remember, at some point, you want to be able to kind of retire with your money and your residual income, right? Why? Because what is the dream, right? The dream of network marketing, direct sales is to have more money and more time on your hands, right? Now, if you take a look at this pay part, it is a compelling component. The way this works is help others get what you want, and in return, you're going to get everything you want. So it obviously starts at team leader. When you're a team leader, every team leader you make in your business, you can get paid up to 3 generations. Director, from team leader and higher, you get paid 4 levels. 4 generations, senior director, 5 generations, national director, 6 generations. Pretty much the best way I could explain it, as a national director, if you're making 100,000 a month, I would say $75,000 of it would probably come from this, right? What this is helping people make an income. And by successfully helping your team doing so, the company is going to match you certain percentages of doing that kick back to you. Okay. And so this is why we call it a matching bonus. All right. Now, with that said, I do have some few announcements available ready for you guys today. The announcements I want to make is regarding the Riman retreat. So I'm going to talk about the Global Director Retreat and also the regular Riman retreat, where everybody can participate, qualify, and go on these trips. Okay. Now, I just got back from Costa Rica. Now, here's the attitude I want to show you. Okay. Here's the mindset that you must have, right? Riman is poised to take you on 2 vacations a year. Okay. Now, some places might be places you've been wanting to go as a bucket list. Some places you never even fathomed going. Okay. Now, my attitude has always been, I might not come back here. So let's make the best of it while I'm here and let's try everything. And I will tell you, when I went to Costa Rica, boy, that was a game changer for myself and my team. Let me explain to you. Okay. It is absolutely imperative and important that you and your team make it to this trip. Okay. It's not just about flexing and showing off that you made it to this trip, but it's all about camaraderie, the feeling, the transfer of emotion, and the memories you make with your team. That is priceless and undeniable. And when you go through that transfer of emotion, you will always find a newfound commitment to your success. And I started to realize and understand why these trips are so important. You must qualify yourself and get on these trips. It's not that hard. Okay. It's not that hard. Just do the money making activities, sell the packs, sell customers, maintain and qualify, and rank advance. That's how you succeed in this business. By doing those activities, by default, you'll accrue these points and end up going. This is what I'm talking about in my trainings, right? Help an average individual, especially a woman, right? A woman, help her make maybe 4 to 8,000 pounds or euros and 2 vacations a year, all inclusive. Your team's not ever going to quit. That is why it is important. Your mind expands. And guess what? When you go to these markets, you have a chance to network. I went there to, on a Riman retreat, but I ended up with a new team in Costa Rica. This is the magic that happens. Okay. Now, when it comes to Riman retreats, the first Riman retreat, you do not have to be a director. You do not have to be a team leader. You just have to do the money making activities. Okay. So the first Riman retreat ever kicking off in Europe in spring 2027, we will be making our way to Monaco. Yes, the country of multi-billionaires, right? So think of it kind of like a final destination sampler for you when you arrive in Riman, right? Now, here are the qualifications. For tier one, you need 1,000 travel points and you qualify for a trip for one, 1,500 travel points, qualify trip for one with an airfare reimbursement. 2,500 travel points is tier three for a trip for two with $1,000 reimbursement. 3,000 travel points, tier four for a trip for two and a $2,000 airfare reimbursement. Okay. Now, this is how it kind of works. Okay. Now, over the coming year, we're gonna have a lot of promotions about it. But retail customers, for every 100 SP, you get one travel point. It's gonna be 5 travel points per order. Monthly performance, obviously, if you are a team leader and you maintain your 10,000 SP, you get 40 travel points just by doing the job you need to do anyway. Director as well, you maintain 100,000 SP, you get 100 travel points. For every 10,000, you get an additional 40. Same thing, director. Every additional 100,000 extra you do, you get another 100 travel points. Again, special promotions throughout the year, whether it's product drop, convention. Stay tuned and look out for some of these because some of these we're going to do double, triple travel points. There's promotions coming out, so keep an eye out. It's not that hard to hit and achieve. Okay. Obviously, if you rank advanced, you get 28 travel points for manager, 50 for senior manager, 200 for team leader, 500 for director, 750 for senior director, and 1,000 for national director. Now, check this out. Same thing. Be a sponsor monster, frontline somebody, and help them go senior manager. Every time you do this, you're going to scoop up an additional 30 travel points. Now, in Europe, we are highly anticipating our first European director. Who is it going to be, right? Senior director, national director, whatever the case is, people from all over the world in the world of Riman, if you are a director, 2027, we will be making our way to Dubai. And this is going to be a luxurious, all-inclusive trip. Tier one, you qualify for a trip for two with a $2,000 reimbursement. Tier two for a trip for two with a $4,000 reimbursement. Tier three for a trip for two and a $10,000 reimbursement with a hotel upgrade. Yes, we're staying in the suite. All right. Make sure you guys get this done. The best way I can say is if you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you definitely can. Okay. Let's make this happen. So as a director, how you qualify, there's tier one, two, and three. If you're a new director, obviously from the open group, it's going to be done through director 1 million SP, senior director 3 million, and ND 5 million. If you are a current director, I'm sorry, how to qualify is you be a director and you have to qualify director position 3 times. You have to be fully qualified as a director. Same thing as new senior director plus achieve it 3 times. Same thing as national director. Okay. So we will be seeing you at the Riman retreats. I also have a quick announcement in August. I know some of you are in Europe and in the UK, but I do know we have certain commitments from certain leaders from the UK and European market that they will be making their way. This is a US North America convention done in English. A lot of great announcements, a lot of cool things are going to be announced here. So if you can make your way, we would love to see you here. We got an amazing event ready for you guys. So this is going to be held at the MGM Grand Viva Las Vegas, the iconic Las Vegas. MGM Grand is an iconic um, landmark, right? I mean, the Mike Tyson fights, big concerts, a lot of great things happen there. But most importantly, a lot of fun things do happen in Vegas. We will see you there August 7th through the 9th. To all my UK and European partners, if you have a chance to be in the US during that time, please make your way. Even if you're not on my team, feel free to contact us. We will take good care of you and make sure you guys are set and ready to learn. All right, so let's talk about the starter sets here in the UK and Europe. As you know, some of the K Beauty makeup and the consumables aren't ready yet. Those are going to be a more longer approval process, but soon enough they will make their way. And here we have the 300 starter kit, 1000 starter kit, and the 1500 starter kit. But here's my message to you guys today, okay? If you're going to get started at the 300 starter kit, this is the brutally honest truth, which is okay, absolutely okay. Get in where you fit in, because fundamentally, we're more interested in your time investment rather than the purchase. Remember, I said this, okay? But here's what I will tell you. If you buy a 300 starter kit, it's kind of hard to build a business. It's not really viable, you using the Boost Boo, and then your daughter takes maybe like the dermatology cream, and then you gotta take that out of your house and then go try to do a K-pop up. No, that's gonna be pretty hard, right? I would recommend at least starting with the 1000 or the 1500 kit, because number one, if you start at the 1000 kit, you are going to scoop up an extra 10% in income by uni level. If you don't, you're going to leave it on the table, and you're not going to scoop it up for you or your team. But also, it's the mindset, right? If you told yourself, do I really need $1,500 or $1,000 worth of skincare for myself? Probably not. But if you change that mindset and say, do I really need this inventory to build a business? Probably yes, and probably more. Why? Because you're going to need a set for yourself, right? Use Talk Demo, be the walking billboard that becomes a catalyst to talk about this. The second tier is you're going to use Talk Demo products to build a business. And then you're going to sell products on slot. Right then and there, people want it. And this is why you must have a little bit of a bigger portion. But again, get in where you fit in. What we want is your time, but I am obligated to give you the rundown why this is so important. So get in where you fit in, 300, 1000, 1500. We will see you at the top. All right. Now, as you know, global expansion, this list starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh my gosh. When I started, we were in maybe 7 countries. Look at this list. This is the true opportunity. Now, with global expansion happening in 2026, here is the schedule as follows for France, Romania, and Germany. So this is the pre-launch schedule. August 26th, Europe pre-launch Zoom event will commence. European pre-launch preparation website. You guys know the drill. September 9th, online registration and order. September 16th, the product starts to ship. October 31st is the first month's closing, and November 13th will be the first commission payout. Remember, to launch this correctly, if you're launching a team over there, make sure you do this ramp up correctly. And if you stay the course by November 13th, I believe your planner in that local market will have a nice fat commission check. All right, guys. All right. So with that said, these are the June calendar of events for Zoom info and opportunity everywhere. So we will see you guys soon. My part here is done. I want to thank everybody for participating in the opportunity. This opportunity training is being recorded, so if you need it, feel free to ask your upline leader so you could prospect. Thank you for being on. I believe the next call will be on Tuesday, and it will be the orientation kicking off. So for those of you that have questions today regarding the ranks and the compensation plan, I highly recommend getting on the orientation so you can learn the ABC and the 1, 2, 3 of our pay plan. Thank you very much. We will see you again. I'll probably see you guys next month. We'll see you at the top. Have a great day. Have a great evening. See you soon.